سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وبعد السلام عليكم my brothers and sisters in Islam. My name is Muhammad Awal. I am a Nigerian from Nigeria, indigent of Niger State, Edatilo Government, Niger State, a village called Go inside Edatilo Government. That is where I'm from, that's my town, that's my village. I'm in the Biba tribe. This is my number 4 video. So I come to this Lagos, not find some television, so I'm living inside Lagos in our area. Lagos Street in our area. Masala inside Lagos, so every time when you come to that mountain, that's why I the one living. My business is selling small, what I'm saying. So today's topic is about the word Sunnah. The word Sunnah. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have his own Sunnah inside the verses of Quran that never change. Then Arab Imam went forth and said that Prophet have Sunnah. So this word Sunnah, that's what I want to explain. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have his own Sunnah inside the verses of the Holy Quran that never change. وَلَن تَجِدَ السُنَّةَ اللَّهِ تَبْدِيلًا. You will never see any change in Allah's Sunnah. Then Arab Imam went forth and said that Prophet have Sunnah. Then as a result of this thing that they said that Prophet Muhammad have Sunnah, then I come with a question. I come with a question, and then that question is in Surah Al-Israel chapter 72 verse 7 said Sunnatum man kad arsalna qablaka min rusulina walan tajida sunnatana tahwila. They said this our Sunnah, what the messenger we sent before you, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said walan tajida sunnatana tahwila. You never see any alteration in our Sunnah. So Allah said that this our Sunnah, meaning Allah is the owner of the Sunnah. Then he created his messenger, his prophet. Then he sent them with his own Sunnah before you, Prophet Muhammad. You never see any alternation in our Sunnah. Then, since Arab Imam said that down to the Imam, down to the Muslim world, went for that, said that Prophet have Sunnah, then I come with a question. And then that question is where are the prophet, messenger, which Prophet Muhammad created since the time of Prophet Adam and down to this time, then send them with his own Sunnah, the way Allah created his messenger, all his messenger since Prophet Adam, starting from Prophet Adam down or later Prophet down to this Prophet Muhammad. Then Allah now send them with his own Sunnah. Where are they? Where are they? Arab man went for and said a Prophet have Sunnah. Then, if Prophet have Sunnah, then where are his own prophet, which he created since the time Prophet Adam down to this time, and then send them with his Sunnah to where Allah created his message, created his prophet, says Prophet Adam down to this Prophet, and then send them with his own Sunnah. According to this verse, it Sunnatum man kad arsalna qablaka. This our Sunnah, when the messenger we sent before you, Prophet. Say walan tajid sunnatana ta'wila. You never see any alternation in our Sunnah. Never change. So this is a question that I'm waiting for the answer from the Arab Imam down to the Imam of the world, down to the Muslim the world that went for that say that Prophet have Sunnah. Then again, still about Sunnah. When we go to Surah Al-Ahzab chapter 3 of Quran verse 2, Allah says explain this Sunnah. Surah Al-Ahzab chapter 3 of Quran verse 2 says Sunnatullahi fil ladhina khalaw min qabl walan tajid sunnatullahi tabda. He said that is Sunnatullah with the case of those who pass your call, and then you never see any change in Allah's Sunnah. Then you will never walan tajid sunnatullahi. The end of the verse said walan tajid sunnatullahi tabdila. You never see any change in Allah's Sunnah. Then if I ask you what are the things of Almighty Allah that never change? What are the things of Almighty Allah that never change? You see, when you look at it, all the command of Almighty Allah never change. That is one of the Sunnah that never change. When we talk of Salat, fasting, all the command of Almighty Allah, seeing that you are seeing with your eyes is a command of Almighty Allah. Talking that you are talking is a command of Almighty Allah. Walking that you are flying that bird is flying with wings. All you see, walking, talking, eating, roaring, all you see, air that you are breathing in, you see it. All is command of Almighty Allah. Never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Just again, when we come to the natural thing that Allah created, it never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. You see, sky, a ground, sky, grass, leaves, all they never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Trees, mountains, stars, moon, sun. Look at it. You are going. All natural things that Allah created. Animal. Rain that Allah is falling. Fire. We continue going. All the natural things that Allah created never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. So I see it. Then the explanation that I want to do now is about Faradun, and then Sunnah, and then HIKIMA. Faradun and the Sunnah and the HIKIMA. So you see here, Arab Imam went forth. Look at what they do here. They went forth and used what Sunnah or Prophet said that Prophet have Sunnah. They went forth, Arab Imam, you see, they went forth and used Faradun, what Farallah on Allah, say that Allah is the owner of Farallah. Then they now went forth and used what Sunnah on Prophet, say that Prophet have Sunnah. Then they now leave what HIKIMA, that Allah is given to the Prophet inside the Qur'an, instead of them to bring it outside and explain to the Muslim. What is it? They leave it inside Qur'an. Then that is what I want to bring it out for you now. But before that, let me make it clear to you. Faradun and Sunnah is the same meaning. It is name that is differences. Faradun means Sunnah. Sunnah means Farad. You see, when we come to Salat, Salat is Faradun, composite. Faradun means composite. Composite means command of all material that will be doing constantly. Faradun means command of all material that will be seeing constantly. Faradun means command of all material that will be hearing constantly. Faradun means command of all material that will be feeling constantly. Faradun means command of Almighty Allah that will be doing constantly. The people that come forward, they are. But when we come to Salat, you see Salat is Faradun. The people that come before us, they are performing Salat to Almighty Allah. You see, that is Faradun, composite. You see? Down to this our generation, we are performing Salat to Almighty Allah. You see, that is Faradun, composite. Down to our great grandchildren that are rather back. You see, perform Salat to Almighty Allah. You see, that is Faradun, composite. Faradun means command of Almighty Allah that will be doing constantly. The people that come forth, they are doing it. We are doing it. Our great grandchildren that will, our junior to great grandchildren that will rather than back, they should be doing it. That's Faradun. Then that Faradun means Sunnah. This Salah that you are saying, when you go to the Quran, Allah says, "Wallan tajid sunnah zata wila." You never see any tradition of Sunnah. Wallan tajid sunnah zata. You never see anything Allah Sunnah. Never change. Then the people that come for us, they are performing Salah to Almighty Allah. It never change. That is one of the Sunnah that never change. Down to this our generation, we are performing Salah to Almighty Allah. It never change. That is one of the Sunnah that never change. Down to our great grandchildren that are rather than back, they see you perform Salah to Almighty Allah. It never change. That is one of the Sunnah that never change. You see, Faradun and Sunnah is the meaning. It is named that is difference. And then this Faradun and Sunnah, there's no one can use it except Almighty Allah alone. There's again when we come to the fasting. The people that come forth, they perform fasting to Almighty Allah. You see, that is composite. That is Faradun. Down to this our generation, we are performing fasting to Almighty Allah. You see, that is Faradun composite. Down to our great grandchildren that are rather than back, so we perform fasting to Almighty Allah. You see, that is Faradun composite. Faradun means command of Almighty Allah that will be constantly. The people that come forth, they are doing it. We also want to come, we are doing it. Our great grandchildren that are rather than back, they should be doing it. That's Faradun. Then that Faradun means Sunnah. And then when you go inside the Quran, Allah says, "Wallan tajid sunnah ta'wila." You never see any alteration of Sunnah. Wallan tajid sunnah ta'wila. You never see anything Allah Sunnah. You see, the people that come forth, they are performing fasting to Almighty Allah. That never change. That is one of the Sunnah that never change. Down to this our time, we are performing fasting to Almighty Allah. That never change. That is one of the Sunnah that never change. Down to our great grandchildren that are rather than back, so we perform fasting to Almighty Allah. That never change. That is one of the Sunnah that never change. So you see, Faradun and Sunnah is the meaning. It's named as difference. And then this Faradun and Sunnah, there's no one can use it except Almighty Allah alone. There's again when we come to the seeing that we are seeing with eyes. You see, that is Faradun. You yourself you are saying, you say Faradun. The people that come forth, seeing that we are seeing, hearing that we are hearing, talking that we are talking, eating that we are eating, walking that we all is Faradun. Composite. The people that come before us, they are seeing with their eyes, that is Faradun. Composite. They are hearing with their ear, that is Faradun. Composite. They are breathing with their nose, that is created for them, that's Faradun. You see, they are seeing with the eye that is created for them, that's Faradun. Composite. They are hearing with the ears that is created for them, that's Faradun. Composite. They are breathing with the nose that is created for them, that's Faradun. Composite. They are talking with the mouth that is created for them, that's Faradun. Composite. They are eating with the mouth that is created for them, that's Faradun. Composite. They are walking with the leg that is created for them, that's Faradun. Composite. Down to this our time, Allah created us. We are seeing with the eye that is created for them, that's Faradun. Composite. We are hearing with the ears that Allah created for them, that's Faradun. Composite. We are breathing with the nose that is created for them, that's Faradun. Composite. We are talking with the mouth that is created for them, that's Faradun. Composite. We are eating with the mouth that is created for them, that's Faradun. That is Faradun. Composite. We are walking with the leg that is created for us, that is Faradun. Composite. We are running with the leg that is created for us, that is Faradun. Composite. Down to our junior to junior, our great grandchildren that will rise on the back, they will still be seeing with the eyes that are created for them, that is Faradun. Composite. They will still be hearing with the ears that are created for them, that is Faradun. Composite. They will still be breathing with the nose that are created for them, that's Faradun. Composite. They will still be talking with the mouth that are created for them, that's Faradun. Composite. They will still be talking with the mouth that are created. They will still be eating with the mouth that are created for them, that's Faradun. Composite. They will still be walking with their hand, that's Faradun for them, that's Faradun. Composite. They will still be walking with their leg, that's Faradun. Composite. They will still be running with the leg, that's Faradun for them, that's Faradun. Composite. Faradun means command of Almighty Allah that you will be doing constantly. Faradun means command of Almighty Allah that you will be feeling constantly. Faradun means command of Almighty Allah that you will be seeing constantly. Faradun means command of Almighty Allah that you will be hearing constantly. Faradun means command of Almighty Allah that you will be doing constantly. You see, all this one, the people that come forward, they are doing it also. We also, when we come, we are doing it. Our great grandchildren that will rise on the back, they should be doing it. That's Faradun. Then Faradun means Sunnah. And then when we go inside one, Faradun means Sunnah, Sunnah means Faradun. Faradun means Sunnah. And then when we go inside one, Allah says, وَلَنْ تَجِلْ سُنَّةَ تَبْدِيلًا. You never see ancient Allah. وَلَنْ تَجِلْ سُنَّةَ تَعْوِيلًا. وَلَنْ تَجِلْ سُنَّةَ تَعْوِيلًا. You never see any alteration Allah Sunnah. وَلَنْ تَجِلْ سُنَّةَ تَبْدِيلًا. You never see ancient Allah. You see the people that come first. Allah says, carry with their eyes and then they are seeing with it. You see, that never change. That is one of the Sunnah direction. The people that come first, Allah says, carry with their ears and then they are hearing with it. That never change. That is one of the Sunnah direction. The people that come first, Allah says, carry with their nose and then they are breathing with it. That never change. That is one of the Sunnah direction. The people that come first, they are talking with the mouth and carry with them. You see, that never change. That is one of the Sunnah direction. The people that come first, they are eating with the mouth and carry with them. You see, that never change. That is one of the Sunnah direction. The people that come first, they are walking with the hand that Allah created for them. That is one of the Sunnah direction. The people that come forth, they are walking with the leg that created for them. That is one of the Sunnah direction. The people that come before us, they are running with the leg that created for them. That is one of the Sunnah direction. Down to this our generation, we are seeing with the eye that created for them. That is one of the Sunnah direction. We are hearing with the ears and sacred for that is one of the Sunnah direction. We are breathing with the nose and sacred for that is one of the Sunnah direction. We are talking with the mouth and sacred for that is one of the Sunnah direction. We are eating with the mouth and sacred for that is one of the Sunnah direction. We are walking with the hand that Allah sacred for that is one of the Sunnah direction. We are walking with the leg that sacred for that never change. That is one of the Sunnah direction. We are running with the legs that is one of the Sunnah direction. You see, they'll say it down to our junior, our great grandchildren that will run on the back. They'll see it with the eyes that were created for them. That is one of the Sunnah direction. They'll see me hear with the ears and sacred for them. That is one of the Sunnah direction. They'll see me breathing with the nose and sacred for them. That is one of the Sunnah direction. They'll see me talking with the mouth and sacred for them. That will never change. That is one of the Sunnah that never change. They will see me eating with the mouth and that never change. That is one of the Sunnah that never change. They will see me walking with the hand that Allah created for them. That never change. That is one of the Sunnah that never change. They will see me running You see me walking with the legs that are them. That never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. You see me running with the legs that are them. That never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. You see, Faradun and Sunnah is same meaning. It is named as difference. And then this Faradun and Sunnah, there's no one can use it except Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. So is it. What Allah is giving to the Prophet is HIKIMA. And I will come to that. I'll explain that one to you. They'll say again when we come to the sky that Allah created. That's Faradun. Faradun means command of all matter that to be seen constantly when you come to the sky. Natural thing that Allah created. You'll be seeing it. That's Faradun. So see, the people that come for us, they are seeing the sky that Allah created. They are seeing the ground that Allah created, the sky that Allah created, leaf that Allah created. That's Faradun composite. They are seeing the grass that Allah created. That's Faradun composite. They are seeing the tree that Allah created, mountains, moon, star, sun. They are seeing it. That's Faradun composite. All the natural things that Allah created, they are seeing it. They are seeing the rain that Allah is falling for them. Animals, fire, that's like that is Faradun composite. Down to this, our generation, we are seeing the sky, we are seeing the ground of the sky, the lacquer. We are seeing the. That's Faradun composite. We are seeing the leaf that's sacred. That's Faradun composite. We are seeing the grass that's sacred. That's Faradun composite. We are seeing the tree that's sacred. That's Faradun composite. Mountain that's sacred. We are seeing it. That is Faradun composite. We are seeing the stars, moon, sun. That's sacred. That's Faradun composite. We are seeing rain that is falling. We are seeing the animals that are created, rain that is falling, fire that are created. That is Faradun composite. All the children that are created, we are seeing it. That is Faradun composite. Down to our great grandchildren that will rise up the mark. They will see me seeing it. Ground that are created, sky that are created. That's Faradun composite. They'll see me see it. Leave that are created. Grass that are created. That's Faradun composite. They'll see me seeing trees that are created, mountains that are created. That's Faradun composite. They'll see me seeing stars, moon, sun. Stars, moon, sun. All that are created. They'll see me seeing composite. That's Faradun composite. They'll see me seeing animal that are created, bird that are created. Rain that is falling that are created. Fire that are created. That's Faradun composite. So you look at it. Faradun make command of Almighty Allah that will be seeing constantly. Faradun make command of Almighty Allah that will be hearing constantly. Faradun make command of Almighty Allah that will be feeling constantly. Faradun make command of Almighty Allah that will be that you will be doing constantly. Then that Faradun means Sunnah. The people that come forward, they are doing also we are doing our aggregation that rather than they should be doing. So that Faradun means Sunnah. And then we say one answer say walan tajid sunnah tabdila. Walan tajid sunnah ta'wila. You never see anyone translation Allah Sunnah. Walan tajid sunnah tabdila. You never see anything Allah Sunnah. You see, when we come, the sky that Allah created, the people that come forward, they are seeing this. They are seeing the ground that Allah created, sky that Allah created, that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. They are seeing the people that come forward, they are seeing the leaf that Allah created, grass that Allah created, that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. The people that come forward, they are seeing the tree that Allah created, mountain that Allah created, that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. The people that come forward, they are seeing animal that Allah created, birds that Allah created, that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. The people that come forward, they are seeing rain that is falling, that created, fire that created, that never change. That is one of the sunnah. The people that go over there see all the natural things that are created, that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Down to this time, we are seeing. We are seeing the ground that are created, sky that are created, that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. We are seeing leaves that are created, grass that Allah has created, that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. We are seeing trees that Allah created, mountain that Allah created, That is one of the sunnah. We are seeing moon, stars, moon, sun. That is one of the sunnah. We are seeing animal bed. That is one of the sunnah. We are seeing red lights falling on the curtain, fire that is one of the sunnah. You see, down to our great grandchildren that were rather in the back, our junior to junior, our great grandchildren that were rather in the back, you'll see the sea, ground scattered. That is one of the sunnah. They'll see the seed, leave the grass that is one of the sunnah. They'll see the seed, tree mountain that is one of the sunnah. They'll see the seeing. They will see me seeing. They will see me seeing. Animal that I got it, bed that I got it. That is one of the sunnah. They will see me seeing stars, moon, sun that I got it. That is one of the sunnah. They will see me seeing rain that lights falling that they created. Fire that is one of the sunnah. You see all the natural that is one of the sunnah. You see, Faradun and Sunnah is same meaning. It is named as the Deference. So you see, then so again, when we even come to standing, the standing that we are standing, we stand in Jam'i in Salah the rule. That's Faradun compulsory. Not even Salah the physical you are standing. You bend to the ruku, you rather. Not even ruku, you bend down to take something from the ground, you bend down to wash, you bend down, and then you rather. You bend down to take something from the ground, you rather. You bend down to wash, you rather. You don't bend down to pick something from the ground, you rather. All that one is Faradun. Compulsory. Command of all metal to be doing constantly. The people that come first, they have done that. They have standing in Jam'i in road in Salah. You are standing. Not even Salah, the physical, they are standing. As you are walking, you are standing. Just again, they bend down to ruku, they rise up. Not even ruku, they bend down to take something from the ground, they rise up. They bend down to wash, they rise up. They bend down to walk, they rise up. That's for the compulsory. Down to this our generation. We are standing in a road in Jam'i Salah. Not even Salah in physical, we are standing. As you are walking, we are standing. That's why again, we are bending to ruku in Salat and then we rise up. Not even Salat, we are bending in physical to pick something from the ground and then we rise up. We are bending to ruku, we are bending to ruku, we rise up. We are bending to pick something from the ground, we rise up. Not even Salat. We are even bending to take something to wash, we rise up. We are bending to pick something to walk, we rise up. All that one is Faradun compulsory. Down to our junior, our great grandchildren that will rise on our back. They will see me standing in road in Jam'i in Salat, not even Salat in physical. The way you are, as you are walking, you are on your standing. That's why again, they will still be bending into ruku and then rather. Not even ruku, they will bend down, they will still be bending down to take something from the ground and then rather. They will still be bend down, wash and then rather. They will still be bend down, walk and then rather. All that one is Faradun compulsory. Faradun means command of all matter that we do constantly. And then I follow the main sunnah. And then we go to the one. And also say, "Wallan tadi sunnah ta'ala." You never say anything. Wallan tadi sunnah ta'ala. You never say any alteration. The people that come before us, they are standing in road in Salah. Not even Salah, the physical, they are standing. That never change. That is one of the sunnah ta'ala. Never change. The people that come before us, they are bending to ruku and they rise up. Not even ruku, physical, they bend down to pick something from the ground and rise up. They bend down to wash and they rise up. They bend down to walk and they rise up. That never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Down to this our time, we are standing in road in Jam'i Salah. Not even in Salah, in physical we are standing. As you are walking, you are standing. When you are standing. That never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Just again, we are bending to ruku and then we rise up. Not even ruku, we are bending to pick something from the ground and then rise up. We are bending to wash and then rise up. We are bending to walk and then rise up. You see, that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Down to our great grandchildren that will rise up the man. They'll see me down to our junior to junior, our great grandchildren that we run about. They'll see me standing in role in Jami Salah, not even Salah the physical. Allah will credit them, they'll be working on their standing. That never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Then again, they'll see me bending down to ruku and another. Not even ruku, they'll see me bend down to pick something for the guy and another. They'll see me bend down to wash and another. They'll see me bending down to work and another. You see, that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. You see, Faradun and Sunnah is same meaning. It is named as a difference. And then this Faradun and Sunnah, there's no one can use it except Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then, what Allah is given to the Prophet is HIKIMA. And then I will come to that. I will explain that. Then again, a part of that, when we come to the way in between, a way that's just for us in Salah, say that we should follow a way in between a way. Meaning the best part of one which Allah said just for us in Salah, say that we should adjust our voice. Meaning you will not allow to hide all the recitation in your Salah, all the recitation in Tasma, all the recitation in your Dua, you will adjust your voice, meaning you will not allow to hide. That is one of the sunnah, that is Faradun. Composite. And then that Faradun means sunnah, which is Allah said in Surah Zumar, chapter 39, verse 18, said, Alladhina yastami'una al-qawla fayattabi'una al-ahsana ulaika hadahumullahu wa ulaika humul ulul albab. It said those who listen to your word and follow the best part thereof, those are whom Allah has rightly guided, and then those are men of understanding. You see, Allah talk of best part. You see, that is concrete proof for you to know that the Quran has part. Just again, Allah said in Surah Zumar, chapter 39, verse 55, said, وَاتَّبِعُوا أَحْسَنَ مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكُم مِّن رَّبِّكُم مِّن قَبْلِ أَن يَأْتِيَكُمُ الْعَذَابُ بَغْتَةً وَأَنتُمْ لَا تَشْعُرُونَ. And follow the best part of that, which is sent down to from Allah before the punishment comes, you slowly wipe it. You see, best part. That's where you do that the Quran has part. Allah said, you see, the concrete proof for you to know that the Quran has part. Then Allah said in Surah Al-Isra, chapter 32, verse 1, says, verse 1, says, وَقُرْآنًا فَرَّقْنَاهُ تَقْرَأُهُ عَلَى النَّاسِ عَلَى الْمُكْثِ وَنَزَّلْنَاهُ تَنزِيلًا. And it's the Quran in which I have divided into part in order that my side to remain at interval, and then we have revealed by stage. By stage. Many revelation we reveal. So see, Allah said that we have divided one into part. Then let us discover how many parts the whole Quran has been divided. How many parts Allah has divided one. Just again, what Surah Al-Isra, chapter 72, verse 1 said, قُلِ ادْعُوا اللَّهَ وَاذْكُرُوا الرَّحْمَنَ أَيَّامًا تَنَوَّلُوا الْأَسْمَاءُ اللَّهِ الْحُسْنَى ولا تجعل بصلاتك ولا تخافت بها وابتغي بين ذلك. He said, call Allah or call Ar-Rahman, but whatever name you call him, the same, for him belongs the best. Then the first command Allah said, ولا تجعل صلاتك neither Lord Salam in dollar salat. See, that's the first command. Then the second command say, ولا تخافت بها, do you hide it, don't hide the salat. See, that's the second part. Then the third command say, وابتغي بين ذلك, but follow with you. See, that is third part. So you see, the whole Quran has been divided into three parts. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala divide the whole Quran into three parts. So see, then the philosophy behind the division of one into three parts has no end. When we come to our ablution, because of Allah, one to three parts, that's why you see we wash our hands 3 times at the time of ablution. Because of Allah, one 3 times, you see, that's why you see when we come to ablution, we wash our mouth 3 times at the time of ablution. Because of Allah, one to three parts, that's why you see when we come to ablution, we put the water in our nose 3 times at the time of ablution. Because of Allah has the whole Quran into 3 parts. That's why when we come to ablution, we wash our face 3 times at the time of ablution. Because of Allah has the Quran into 3 parts. That's why when we come to ablution, we wash our hand from ear to the elbow 3 times at the time of ablution. Then the remaining completion of ablution is in Surah Al-Ma'idah chapter 1, verse 6. When you go there, you find the explanation. Then also again, because of Allah has the Quran 3 parts. When you look at this leaf, you see the right hand side leaf, that's also Quran. The left hand side of the leaf, that's Quran. Then the line that goes come to the leaf, that is third Quran. Because of Allah has one 3 parts, that's why I see all the leaf, you find it divided in 3 parts. Just like you know, come to our body, look at it. The line that is coming between our body. Then the right hand side of our body, that's also the left hand side of our body, that's Quran. Then the line that goes come between our body, that is third Quran. Because of Allah has one 3 parts, that's why I see all our body, you find them divided into 3 parts. All the human body, that's sacred, you find them divided in 3 parts. Just like when we come to we go to the animal, we want to live in the forest, we want to live in the house, we want to live inside water, and when you check their body, you find them divided in 3 parts, where the part, you find this line. Exactly. You find their body divided in 3 parts, where the side part, 3 parts. When we go to the ground that we are eating, when you check the ground, you see a line that will come into the ground. That's the way that we follow up in the ground. You see? You see that the ground divided in 3 parts, one side, 3 parts. When we go to Colano, you find it a line that comes into the Colano. That's the way that follow up in the Colano. You see? The Colano divided into 3 parts, where Allah divided the whole one tripad. When you go to hair of the bed, you see it. The line like this. You see that hair of the bed divided into tripad. One side divided one into tripad. Then again, when you go to the bottom of the bed, you see that line like this. You see the bottom of the bed divided into tripad. The other side divided one tripad. When you go up to the sky has three sides: the side of brightness, and the side of darkness, and the side of when the sky is blue. You see that is concrete proof for you to know that the whole one, concrete proof about the division of one into tripad. Then the way Allah said divide his hadith, which is what one to three parts. That's how all the hadiths Allah said his prophet Allah said divide them into three parts. And then look at it in our body. The view that comes first, the way this leaf divided into three parts. I show you three parts. The right hand side leaf, that's first one. The left hand side leaf, that's number one. The line that comes to the leaf, that is third one. Then the way this leaf, the way Allah said divide one three parts, that's why you see this leaf divided into three parts. Then the people that come first, that is how the leaf is at that their generation. Divided into three parts. Well, so divide the whole one three part. And then that hadith that Allah sent them with, that's how that hadith divided into three part. Down to this our generation, look at it. The leaf divided into three part. The way Allah divided the whole one into three part. You see, down to our great grandchildren that will run about, they'll see the leaf divided into three part. The way Allah divided one into three part. You see. Then that word, that is further composite. That is further composite. Trace it. Then now Faradun And Sunnah. And then when we said one answer said, "Wallan tadil sunnata," we never see any what answer answer. Wallan tadil sunnata, you never see ancient answer. The people that come forth, they are seeing the leaf like this, divided into three parts. We also divide one three part. You see, the right hand side leaf, that's first one. The left hand side of the leaf, that's number one. Then the line that comes to the leaf, that is third one. Then the other side divided one into three parts. That's why I see the leaf divided into three parts. Then the people that come forward, you will find leaf at that generation, the leaf divided into three parts. The way Allah said divide their hadith into three parts. Down to this our generation, the leaf divided into three parts. The way Allah said divide the whole one into three parts. Down to our great grandchildren that runs on the back, you will see five leaf divided into three parts. The way Allah said divide the whole one into three parts. His hadith also one into three parts. And then that is what is proven the verse in Surah Al-Fasr chapter 41 verse 43 say, "My Paul look illa man qad kila the same thing as if that same thing as if the messenger that come with." When you look at our body, also you say you find that line. The view that come first, the way Allah said the very one three part, his hadith also. That's why you see. So you see that word, look at it. That is sunnah. That never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. So you see, Faradun And Sunnah is feminine. It is named as the Deference. And then this Faradun And Sunnah, there's no one can use it except Almighty Allah. Then the people that come first, their body divided into three parts. The other side divided one into three parts. You see, that is Faradun composite. That is our generation. Our body divided into three parts. The other side divided one into three parts. That's Faradun composite. And then to our great grandchildren that will run on the back, their body will be divided into three parts. The other side divided one into three parts. That is Faradun composite. Then Faradun means Sunnah. And then when we go to one another, say, "Wallan tadil sunnata," you never see any attention in our sunnah. "Wallan tadil sunnata," you never see any change in our sunnah. The people that come first, come first, their body divided into three parts like this. You see line that brother comes to their body divided into three parts. The way Allah divide the hadith into three parts. You see that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Down to this our generation. Our body divided into three parts. The way Allah divided one into three parts. You see that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Down to our great grandchildren that will run on the back. You see their body divided. You see that line that coming to their body. You see their body divided into three parts. The way Allah divide his hadith, which is one to three parts. You see? Faradun And Sunnah is feminine. It is named as Deference. Then that's why again, then Allah said, "Wala tajal sunatka." Don't loud the sunnah. That is first of all. Then some command say, "Wala tuqabila," don't hide it. That's number one. So you say the louding and hiding all together. Allah said one also not to do them all. The louding and hiding that the Muslims of this are doing as well. It's not the thing sort one. Therefore the whole one has cast outside and throw it back there. That part, Prophet Allah said one also not to loud it and then not to hide. Meaning the louding and hiding all together. Allah said one also not to do them all. He now give us thought. Come and say, "What take you by that but follow with it." Then this way between is way to adjust a voice. You will not allow the hiding. Unless somebody come closer to you, you will be hearing as if this particular person is reciting. Your situation will be like this, which is you see another loud hiding. I didn't allow the other hiding. Unless somebody come closer to you, you will be here as in this prophecy is recited. That's how your recitation will be. Then, that is how your recitation will be. Then all your salat, since start from salat to salat, Zuhr, salat, Asr, salat, Maghrib, salat, Shafai, and Witr, Nafila, Tazwid, all your salat, all your tafah, you will adjust voice, meaning you will not allow it, you will not allow night. That is not what God does with it. All your recitation salat, all your recitation tazwid, all your recitation dua, you will adjust voice, meaning you will not allow night. That is not what God does with it, that's what for. Then this is way to search for, that's way of all matter. Then the conqueror for it to know that it's a way of all matter. What we go so to fight it, it's all about so say, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu istajibu lillahi wa li rasulihi idha da'akum lima yuhyikum wa'lamu anna Allaha yahulu bayna al-mar'i wa annahu ilayhi tushar. Say, oh, you who believe answer Allah and His messenger when He called you to that which is giving life. And know that Allah coming between person and son and then to him shall God. Say, wa'lamu anna Allaha yahulu bayna al-mar'i, and know that Allah come in between person and son. Then He gave us command, Surah Al-Isra, chapter 1, Surah at the end of verse, say, what the Jibain is like that, but follow with so you see a way between you, we follow matter that's not in that. Then this way between is for you to adjust your words, meaning you will not allow that. All your recitation in salat, all your recitation in tazwid, all your recitation in dua, you will adjust your words, meaning you will not allow that. You will not allow that. Then that is not for Quran, that's way between, that's way that's adjust for that's with Allah. Then the name of a way between with all matter that's basar. The conqueror for you to that. For you to know that the name of the way to with all matter that's basar. You see what goes on to Zumar chapter 34 verse 18 said, Alladhina yastami'una al-qawla fayattabi'una al-ahsan ulaika hadahum Allah wa ulaika humul ulul albab. Those who listen to a word and follow the best part thereof, those are whom Allah has right regarding, and then those are men of understanding. So you see the whole one is a word of all matter. Then when you listen to the whole one and then you follow the best part thereof, meaning you follow your empty away the searches for us in salah. Meaning you adjust voice, all your recitation in salat, all your recitation in tazbah, all your recitation in dua, you adjust voice, meaning you will not allow that. Then you follow empty away the searches for us in fasting. Then you follow empty away that Allah searches for us in judgment. Then you follow empty away the way that searches for it in our activities. Then those are whom Allah has right regarding, and then those are men of understanding. Then the name of the way to all metal that's basar. So look at how it is. Then the way away in between, a way of Almighty Allah. So you look at it. Is in the way Allah give us command to follow away of Almighty Allah in salat, in fasting and judgment, and in all activities. That's same way Allah tell the messenger that come before us. All the people that come forth, all the messengers that come forth, Allah tell them, give them command that they should follow humanity in their salat, in their fasting, in judgment, and in all activity. The way humanity away from Allah is in the hadith of Allah, which is all and that same way humanity away from Allah is in the hadith, all the hadith Allah sending His prophet. So see, then look at it. When you look at this thing, the right hand side, left hand side. The left hand side, left hand side, then the ladder door comes to the left. That is not normal. That's empty. That's with all the material for send all the left. And then when you check all the left, you find it with Allah. You find it with Allah. There. The people that come forth, there's this line on the leaf. There's a character at that generation. You see, that is Faradun composite. They are seeing it. Down to this our time, that is a empty of all material for send all the leaf at that particular time, and then they are seeing it. Not for you to even adjust your voice, you see. Down to this our time, the leaf that are created, you see this line on the leaf. That is a empty of all material. And then that empty, that's where the command us to say that we should adjust our voice in salat. So you see it, that is Faradun compulsory. Down to our junior to junior, our great grandchildren that will rise on in our back, they will see this line on the leaf. That is empty of all matter percent on the leaf. And then that is the same way between others. I would choose for them to follow, to adjust their voice in their salat, in fasting. That's empty. That's how I would choose for them in salat, in fasting, in judgment. You see, that is Faradun compulsory. So you see, then that Faradun means sunnah. And then when we saw one and say, "Walan tajid sunnata tabdila," you never see. Walan tajid sunnata ta'wila, you never see any translation of Rasul. Walan tajid sunnata tabdila, you never see any change of Rasul. Then the people that come forth, they are seeing this line in the leaf, in between the leaf. That's when they will follow matter, fasting only. And then the same way between that is on the leaf, that's the way between they find in the hadith. And then that's the way between that's why I give them command to follow in their salat, in fasting, judgment. You see that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Down to this our generation. In the leaf or the leaf you find this line. That's the way between away from metal, fasting orderly. And then that's the way between the ways on the leaf, that's the way between away from metal is in the hadith of Allah, which is all one. And then the way that's the way between that's the way that Allah command us to follow in our salat, in fasting, in judgment, and in all activity. You see that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Down to our great grandchildren that will rise on our children, our great grandchildren that will rise on in our back. They will see this line on the leaf. That is the way between away from metal, fasting, orderly. Then that away between the way it is on the leaf. That is the way between away from metal. They will find it in the hadith, which is whole Quran. And then this away between that's away between that same way Allah give them command to follow in their salat, in fasting, in judgment, and in all activity. Then the best part of the hadith, which is whole Quran. So you see, that is one of the sunnah that never change. So you see, Faradun and Sunnah is similar. It is named as Deference. And then this Faradun and Sunnah, there's no one can use it. It's of all material side. Then when we come to our body, look at it, the line that's in between our body. That's a way of all material. A way that starts to command you to follow in salat, say that you should adjust away. Look at it. Fasted in all of my body. Look at it. The people that come first, Allah carry them, they find this line in their body. That's a way of all material. Then that's the same way of all material. They still find in the hadith which Allah sent them with. You see, written in the hadith that Allah sent them with. And then that's a way of all material. That's this way of all material. That's the way Allah commanded to follow in their salat, in fasting, in judgment, and in all activity. You see, that's what I'm composing. Down to our generation, we see this line in our body. That's the way of all material. Then the way it is in our body, that's why this line, this way of all material is in the hadith of Allah, which is what Quran, which is in Surah Al-Isra, chapter 17, verse 1 and 10, end of the verse. Then this is the way of all material that is fasted in our body. That's the way that Allah gives us command to follow in our salat, in fasting, in judgment. Meaning the best part of the hadith of Allah, which is Quran. You see, that's Faradun composite. Down to our great grandchildren that will rise on the back. Allah will credit them, our junior children, our great grandchildren that will rise in our back. Allah will credit them, they will find this line in between their body. That's way of all material. Fasted in their body. Then, and then that's a way that they fast. That away between fasting in their body, they will still find it in the hadith of Allah, which is Quran. Then you find it written inside Quran. Then that's the same way between all the material that is fasting in their body. That's a way between that Allah choose for us, will choose for them in their salat, in fasting, in judgment, and in all activities. You see, that's Faradun composite. So the Faradun mean Sunnah, and the Sunnah mean Faradun. Faradun means Sunnah. Then when you go to Quran, Allah says, "Wallan tajid sunnah ta'wila." You never see any alternative also. Wallan tajid sunnah ta'wila. You never see any change also. The people that come first, Allah says, credit them. They find this line in between their body. That's the way between all material fasting in their body. Then this is a way between that they find fasting in their body. A way for all material. That's same a way between a way for all material is in the hadith which Allah sent them with. Then this is the way between a way for all material that fasting in their body. That's the way between a way for all material that Allah choose for them, commanded to follow in their salat. Meaning they should adjust their voice, they will not allow hadith. Follow away between all the recitation of their salat, all the recitation in their tasbih, all the recitation in their dua. They will follow away between. And then that's the way between, that's the way that Allah choose for them in their salat, in fasting, in judgment, and in all activity. You see, that never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Then down to this our duration. Allah said, credit us. The line that is in between our body, that's the way to all metal. Then this is the way to all metal. That's the way that we find. That's the way to a way that's right in the hadith of Allah, which is Quran, and then which is when you go Surah Al-Isra, chapter 1, verse 1 at the end of the verse. Then this is the way to all metal. That's the way that Allah said, command us to follow in our salat, in fasting, and judgment, and in all activities. You see, that never changed. That is one of the sunnah that never changed. Down to our great grandchildren that will rise on, our junior to junior, our great grandchildren that will rise on our down to our junior to junior, our great grandchildren that will rise on our back. they will still find this line in between their body. That is way to your full material that will fascinate their body. Then this is way to your full material that is fascinating their body. They will still find it in the hadith, which is what is up. Say that with. Say to them. Then that this is way to your full material that is fascinating their body. That's way to your full material that Allah choose for them in their will choose for them in their salat, in fasting, in judgment, and in all activities. You see. That never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. You see, Faradun and Sunnah is similar. It is named as Deference. And then Faradun and Sunnah, there's no one can use it except Almighty Allah say Lord. And then when you continue going, animals, granite that we are eating, you see a line between that granite. Animal body, with the one that are living before, with the one that are living house, with the one that are living inside water, you find line in between their body. That's the Almighty Allah. When you go to the granite that we are seeing, that we are eating, you yourself, you see the granite. You see light that comes between the ground. That's the way that you follow a pilgrim. Also again, that's a way to your water, a way to your water, a way for matter. They won't go to Colano, you see a light that comes to the Colano. That's the way to your water matter. They also again go to have the bed. You see it. So you see it. When we go, so that's it. When the sky is blue, that time is submitted. That's the way to your water matter. Another time, that Allah commanded to take fast and then to break fast. That's when the sky is blue. That's the day. So you see, the philosophy behind it has no end. So now, there's a question that I want to ask Arab Imam about Sunnah. Because Arab Imam, down to the Imam who down to went for and said that the Prophet has Sunnah. They say that marriage is a Sunnah Prophet. Then the question that I want to ask them is, you see this marriage is a command of Almighty Allah. When you question one as I mentioned this marriage, give us is a command of Almighty Allah that I give to us. When you go to Surah Al-Nisa, Allah give us command how to marry. So you see, the people that come first, Allah said, this marriage that I said is composed, is Faradun. The people that come first, Allah said, carry them with their women, with their wife, and then give them command to marry. That's Faradun composed. That is our time, Allah said, carry them with our women, and then give us command to marry, with our wife. That's Faradun composed. Down to our great grandchildren that will rise on the back, Allah said, carry them with their women, with their wife, and then we'll give them command to marry. That's Faradun composed. Then Faradun means Sunnah. Faradun means Sunnah. And then when you go to Allah says, "Wallan tajid sunnah ta'wila." You never see any tradition Allah Sunnah. Wallan tajid sunnah ta'wila. You never see anything Allah Sunnah. The people that come before us, Allah said, carry with their women, with their wife, and then He give them command to marry. That never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. That is our time. Allah said, carry with our women, and then give them command to marry. That never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Give us command to marry. That never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Down to our great children that will rise on the back, Allah said, carry with their women, meaning with their wife, and then He will give them command to marry. That never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. So you see, Faradun and Sunnah is a minute. It is named as Deference. And then this Faradun and Sunnah, there's no one can use it except Almighty Allah say, Lord. Look at it. Then, this is a question to the Arab Imam, down to the Imam of the world, down to the Muslim of the world. Muslim of the world that went forth and said that Prophet have Sunnah. To the answer that they said that marriage is a Sunnah Prophet. Then the question is, where are the man and woman which Prophet Muhammad created and then give them command to marry? Do Allah created Prophet Adam and his wife and then give them command to marry? Where are they? Where are the man and woman which Prophet Muhammad created and then give them command to marry? Do Allah created Prophet Adam and his wife and then give them command to marry? This is a question that I'm waiting for the answer from Arab Imam down to the Imam down to the Muslim of the world that went forth and said that Prophet have Sunnah, to the answer that they say that marriage is a Sunnah Prophet. And then not even we human beings, Allah created bed, both male and female, and they give them command to one. That is one of the Sunnah that you see, Allah created animal, both male and female, give them command to one. Allah created very art and very art, both male and female, and they give them command to one. You see, that's why it's a question to them. So the philosophy behind my question has no end. The way the knowledge of the Quran has no end. That's how my question has no end. So it is a question to them. I'm waiting for the answer for that. Then also again, so you see, Faradun and Sunnah is same. It is named as the Deference. And then this Faradun and Sunnah, there's no one can use it except Almighty Allah alone. What Allah is giving to the Prophet is HIKIMA. It's HIKIMA. And then that is what Arab Imam failed to bring outside and explain to the Muslim. And then that's what I will bring it now and explain to you. So see this hikmah when you go straight to the Holy Quran. That's what Allah gave to the Prophet. This hikmah, when you go short in the site of Quran verse 54 said, well, end of the verse said, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ. You see, that's hikmah, meaning wisdom, knowledge. There's again when we go short to Luqman chapter 31, Quran verse 12 said, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا لُقْمَانَ الْحِكْمَةَ. You see, that's the hikmah. Oh, that's the hikmah. Meaning wisdom, knowledge. There's again when we go short to Sword. Chapter 31 verse 20 said, وَشَدَدْنَا مَلَكًا وَآتَيْنَاهُ الْحِكْمَةَ وَفَصَلَ الْخِطَابَ. That is Prophet Dawud alayhi salam. That's it. That's the hikmah. Wisdom, knowledge. There's again when we go short in the site chapter 41 verse 130 said, وَلَوْلَا فَضْلُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكَ وَرَحْمَتُهُ لَمَا طَائِفَةٌ مِّنْهُمْ مَا يَدُلُّكَ وَمَا يَدُلُّونَ إِلَّا أَنفُسَهُم وَمَا يَضُرُّونَكَ مِنْ شَيْءٍ وَأَنزَلَ عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ وَعَلَّمَكَ مِمَّا لَمْ تَعْلَمْ وَكَانَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكَ عَظِيمًا. So see, hikmah. That is the one that I give to Prophet Muhammad. That's hikmah, wisdom, knowledge. So look at it here. And then this hikmah, that is what Allah is giving to. He give to all prophet. And then he give to whom he please, which is one who goes to the Baqarah chapter 1 verse 209 said, يُؤْتِ الْحِكْمَةَ مَن يَشَاءُ وَمَن يُؤْتِ الْحِكْمَةَ فَقَدْ أُوتِيَ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا وَمَا يَذَّكَّرُ إِلَّا أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. Allah grant hikmah to him, and then to whom Allah grant hikmah has been granted a bounty good, but not remember except men of understanding. So say Allah give the hikmah to the prophet, all the prophet, and then he has give to whom he please, give to all prophet, and then he give to whom he please. Then this hikmah, the meaning of hikmah means things that we manufacture, whatever we manufacture. That is the meaning of hikmah. Things that we manufacture. When you are driving bicycle, motorcycle, vehicle, aeroplane, using handset telephone, radio, television, computer, fan, electricity. Where does one come from? Where did they write inside of one? That is hikmah. Things, all things that we manufacture. That's the meaning of hikmah. And then this hikmah, that's the hikmah that I give to Prophet Nuh alayhi salam. He used nail and plank and then constructed a ship. Then that nail and plank that Prophet Nuh alayhi salam used and then constructed a ship out of that nail and plank, that ship that he constructed out. That is one of the hikmah that I grant to him, and that hikmah that I grant to Prophet Nuh alayhi salam. Then this same hikmah, Allah grant to Prophet Dawud alayhi salam. He used iron and then manufactured weapon for battle. Before that, when we go to Surah Al-Qamar, chapter 54, verse 13 said, وَحْمَلْنَاهُ عَلَى ذَاتِ أَلْوَاحٍ وَدُسُرٍ. We carry him on a ship made by nail and plank. So you see that nail and plank that Prophet Noah constructed a ship out of, that nail and plank, then that ship that he constructed out, that is one of the hikmah that I grant to him. And that is the hikmah that I grant to Prophet Noah. Then this same hikmah that I grant to Prophet Dawud, which is also, this same hikmah that I grant to Prophet Dawud. Prophet Dawud, when you go to the Sabbath, you find it. Use iron. And then manufacture weapon for battle. Then that weapon for battle that he manufactured out of that iron, which is so, course of mail, chain of armor, that weapon for battle that Prophet Dawud manufactured out of that iron, that is one of the hikmah that I grant to people, and that hikmah that I grant to Prophet Dawud. Then this same hikmah that I grant to us, we use iron and rubber, and then manufacture bicycle, motorcycle, vehicle, aeroplane, handset, telephone, radio, television, computer, fan, electricity. We use iron manufacture even fan. We use iron manufacture guns, bomb, nuclear. You see, that is hikmah that is our grant to us. That's hikmah that is our grant to us. And hikmah that is our grant to us. So hikmah means things that we manufacture. And then look at it. That's it. So that is what Allah is given to the Prophet. And they are given to whom? He gave to only please, only one. So that is what Arab Imam failed to bring outside and explain to the Muslim. So it is never possible, it will never be possible. Allah will have his own sunnah inside the verse of the Quran that never change. Then Prophet will go and have his own sunnah. It will never be possible. Allah will create a prophet send him to some sunnah to come and deliver the message. Then Prophet will go and get the sunnah. And then the sunnah that you are seeing, when you look at it, when we come to manufacture, you use iron and we use iron and rubber in manufacture. Then that iron and rubber, that is one of sunnatullah and everything. Then you use it as manufacture, bicycle, motorcycle, aeroplane, vehicle, aeroplane. Then that aeroplane that you manufacture out of that iron and rubber, that is one of the HIKIMA that grant you, another HIKIMA that grant you. When you go to my audio, this you find full explanation of it. That's it. Then so that's HIKIMA. That's what Allah is giving to the Prophet. HIKIMA. So Faradun, when you come to Salat, Faradun and Sunnah is same. It is named as Deference. And then this Faradun and Sunnah, there's no one can use it except Almighty Allah. So when you come to Salat, any intention you want to, when you come to Salat, if you start Salat, you will say that your intention is no way to Salat if it's Zuhr. No way to Salat to Zuhr, Faradun Sunnah Allah. And you now say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. If it's Salat al-Asr, no way to Salat al-Asr, Faradun Sunnah Allah. If it's Salat al-Maghrib, no way to Salat al-Maghrib, Faradun Sunnah Allah. If it's Salat al-Isha'i, no way to Salat al-Isha'i, Faradun Sunnah Allah. If it's Salat al-Shafi'i, no way to Salat al-Shafi'i, Faradun Sunnah Allah. If it's Salat al-Witr, no way to Salat al-Witr, Faradun Sunnah Allah. If it's Salat al-Nafila, no way to Salat al-Nafila, Faradun Sunnah Allah. Because this Faradun and Sunnah is similar. It is named as the Difference. And then this Faradun and Sunnah, there's no one can use it except Almighty Allah. Lord, what Allah is given to the Prophet is HIKIMA. So you see here. So when you come to intention of any Salat, all the Salat, you see that. And then the reason why it will be always Salat, because all the rakah of Salat that criminal Arabs say that it's not written inside Quran, except with heaven, that you know that all the rakah of Salat is written inside Quran. You find it written inside Quran. And then that is in the second translation one, which is number that we are counting. Second translation one from Fatiha, which is number that we are counting. Those numbers that you see, where did it go from, where did it start from? It's a question for you. The rakah of Salat is in the second translation one from Fatiha, which is number that we are counting. And then we go sort in the side chapter 1 verse 3, you find this number of rakah of Salat. Allah side is written right there. We go sort the Fatiha chapter 1 verse 1, you find this number of rakah of Salat. So look at it here. So the reason why every Salat you have to take that intention, Faradun Sunnah Allah, Faradun Sunnah Allah, because of all the Salat, rakah of Salat is written inside. So when you come to Salat, no way to Salat, Faradun Sunnah Allah. But this Faradun and Sunnah, there's no one can use it except Almighty Allah. What Allah is giving to the Prophet, that's HIKIMA. And then that's what I explained. So I think this is why I'm going to solve. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.